Hey, now you're going to see what sea sand really looks like under the microscope, ordinary dust looks like, and one of the strangest water creatures. To begin, we need one potato, which we need to cut with aluminium foil knife that we made. Alright, and if we look it under the microscope, potato has quite interesting form, like these different shaped balls. They are, let's say, containers that have moisture and other things. Now we will show. We take ordinary iodine, take a drop and drop one drop on the potato. The iodine quickly spreads over the surface of the potato, and after a couple of seconds it reacts, acting potato form black dots. We look through the microscope and all potato cells are filled with black spheres. It's like black caviar. Turns out they're particles of potato starch, which reacts with iodine and turns to dark purple color. We came across to a picture on the internet with supposedly sea sand under the microscope, where it was shown it consists of a bunch of different small shells. It's impossible, right? I thought we can see, because we didn't see the shells. Now let's look. Yes, unfortunately it's another hoax, and there are no shells there. But friends, the sand really isn't that simple. Look, almost every grain is actually almost transparent. It's almost like grinded pieces of glass. And no wonder, because glass is made from sand, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe some ancient sea creature is trapped in one of those grains of sand, who knows? But when we turned to special purple light, the grain of sand surprised us even more. They began to reflect light and emit all the colors and rainbow. Just look at how beautiful it is. We were almost certain that sand was just little pebbles and it wouldn't show anything interesting. And then, such a surprise. A lot of people ask to see the filter of regular cigarette before and after it's been smoked. Let's take a look. It's not hard. The filter consists not from sponge but hundreds of little sticks. And when you cut these sticks apart, they look like three-armed stars. That's probably what they are going to do, have a large surface area on which different resins will stick. Okay, now we have to smoke a cigarette. But I don't smoke and Cookie refuses either. So we'll wrap cigarette in a tissue and make it smoke to our little vacuum cleaner. We'll go outside so we don't ruin the whole house. The traction of the vacuum cleaner is good. It smokes very fast. I don't want it to break it from the smoke. But I'll tell you ahead of time, it stinks really bad now. And now every time we use it, it fills the house with a delicate scent of tobacco every time we use. Okay, let's get our cigarettes. Oh, even the tissue is soaked. So we cut off from the filter and put it under the microscope. As we expected, the whole filter is yellow with all sorts of resins. But wait, what are those black stones? How they appeared there? They've definitely weren't there before. The filter not really good. I mean, there were a lot of tear on the cloth. I don't know what was in the vacuum cleaner. Cigarettes are expensive and health is even more expensive, so don't smoke. You often write in the comments to look at the things we already watched in the previous videos. Probably you missed that you're not subscribed to our channel. At the end of the video, we'll leave on the screen the thumbnail of 4 of the most recent microscope videos so you can watch them and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss them. A lot of people ask to look at the dust under the microscope and show the dust midis. but I'm not sure. Dust mites will be there. Again, we take the long-suffering vacuum cleaner and put a cloth on it. So collect dust from the various objects in the house, even cookie. We shake it all to the tissue and take a look. Basically, the dust consists of also the threads and hairs that come off the fabric of our clothes and bedding. But if you look deeper, there are a whole bunch of items, mostly particles of human skin. I mean, each of us loses about 10 grams of horny skin every day. This is like few tablespoons of skin, and we do it every time walking down the street, lying in the bed, and even visiting. You leave few grams of your skin. You can see here sample of human epidermis. You wanted to look at the dust, but you look at the skin under the microscope, and here we see some kind of fungus spores. It's hard to tell, but not at all. Looking at the tissue, few moments in the frame, there was some living creature. It was moving so fast and I didn't have time to catch it in the frame of the microscope, and I couldn't find it. I still don't know whether it was the dust mite that everybody talks about. You asked me to show a fish magnet under the microscope. We bought this interesting fish. Look how cute it is. Even though on the outside it looks strange, it's called Flounder and hides under the sand at the bottom of the ocean. And you know, it's probably the most asymmetrical fish that exists because it has both eyes on one side of the body, and on the other side of her body is completely white and no eyes at all. There's just this germ of a third eye or something. Maybe it's because that side is rubbing against the sand when she swims. All of her coloring has rubbed off, and eye must be in process of evolution, disappeared and appeared on the other side. But it turns out that fish doesn't have bows at all. And gray coloring comes to its little dots on its first fin. So it blends with the sand on the seabed and makes it invisible to its victims. It's a very interesting creature. But it's pity and it doesn't have a husky. But that's alright, we'll show you next time.